Welcome to Reading and Writing Skills, Patterns of Development in Writing Across Disciplines, featuring the description pattern in writing a paragraph. Second semester, quarter 3, week 1. I am Mr. Nelprin Sambalod and I am your teacher for this course. Have you experienced attending a birthday celebration? Have you done it in a way that you made yourselves busy observing what's going on around you? Who are the people in that celebration, and what are the things present in that celebration. Or maybe you even made yourselves busy taking notice of the different colors of dresses, of clothes, of the boxes of the gifts, and everything in that birthday celebration. Did you give comment on the taste of the food? Or did you introduce yourself or yourselves to the people around you as you made yourselves that busy socializing with them and taking notice of everything about those people? So if you're that type of person, therefore, congratulations. Because the lesson has something to do with observing the things around us and putting them into words. Lesson 2, Description. In this lesson, you will learn another way of developing your paragraph through giving description. If in the previous slide I asked you about what you had observed in a birthday celebration that you attended, this time I would like you to make yourselves familiar on the words that you can use as you describe the hair, the face, the hair color of the people around you. So let's take it one at a time. For the hairstyle, it can be long, short, shoulder length, straight, wavy, or curly. For the hair color, it can be dark, fair, brown, blonde, red, or bald. And for the shape of the face, it's possible that it is round, oval, triangular, square, long, with a mustache, with a beard, or with a freckles. Or maybe you are commenting, saying the words beautiful, pretty, handsome, or attractive. Now, how is that image or the words there related on writing the paragraph of description or the type of paragraph description? What's in? People love to read and listen to story, and the use of appropriate transitional devices in telling stories are noteworthy. Likewise, you have previously learned that in writing a narrative, the plot gives direction in making the story. However, it is not only the plot that will help you to develop your writing skills. The use of description is also important to help you create a vivid picture of what you are trying to express through written text. So, what's in the use of descriptive words as you write a written text? Okay, so let's proceed. What's new? On a separate sheet, complete the table by supplying words or phrases that best describe the given subjects. Use any of your senses to provide appropriate descriptions. Then answer the questions that follow. So we have here the table. In the first column, you have the example or the given word, beauty queen. Then you have the sense of sight. So long-legged, beautiful. Hearing, what is the best adjective for beauty queen? Dealing with hearing, soft voice. Because if you're a beauty queen, you should have a soft voice, okay? Then for the smell, heavenly scent. They always seem like smelling that good. Okay, for the taste, we do not have a word for the taste because we cannot say how does a beauty queen taste like. Okay, Dutch silky skin. So they do have silky skin. Okay, now we have here the words concert, beachside, adobo. So for concert, the site it's crowded. For beachside, the hearing it's calm, it's relaxing. Or It's relaxing. Beach side. That could be the word for the hearing. Then for adobo, the smell is delicious. So I'm not going to give answers uh in this activity so that you will be providing answers, okay? Now let's have the following questions. What do you call the words that are used to provide a striking effect on the senses or of the reader? You call them sensory languages or what? Imagery. Yes, figures of speech, we call them imagery. What else? Sensory words. Okay. Number two. How do these words help create a vivid description of the given words? They what? They paint the image in the minds of your readers or listeners. Also, they what? They awaken the interest of your readers or listeners. Number three, what kind of paragraph can you develop using the given details? Of course, a descriptive paragraph, a paragraph of description. Okay, we are done dealing with what's new. Let's add the next slide. What is it? In the previous slide, I mentioned already the sensory languages. I mentioned about the senses. So, for you to be reminded of the senses, of course, we have the five senses. We have there the sense of sight, sense of smell, sense of hearing, sense of taste, and sense of touch. So, what is it? According to Diaghilev and et al. 2016, the use of description plays an important role to elucidate the nature of people, places, and things. A series of detailed observation about the subject can help you create a good descriptive paragraph. This involves the use of adjectives and adverbs in the paragraph. The kind of words we use to describe how your subject looks, sounds, feels, smells, or even tastes like are called sensory languages. It also concerns how you will arrange the details to provide an image of the scene, the person, or the object you are trying to describe in your text. So, remember, before we started talking about the lesson, I asked you if you were able to attend a birthday celebration. And I pointed out there if you also made yourselves that busy observing the things in that birthday celebration. Because, as what being said here, you will be that good when it comes to writing a descriptive paragraph if you are that good on observing the subject that you will be writing about. Okay, so what are you going to do for you to be that good writing descriptive words about the subject that you will be writing on? Of course, you make use of adjectives and adverbs in the paragraph. So when you were in grade 7, 8, 9, or when you were in junior high school, you were taught already about single word modifier and the word and the group modifiers dealing with adjectives and adverbs, the different verbals and clauses. So your knowledge about those will help you to write a good descriptive paragraph. Okay, so the next bullet there, it tells us that what that the words we use on describing how our subject looks, sounds, feels, smells, or even tastes are called sensory languages. Then it's very important it also concerns how you will arrange the details to provide an image of the scene, the person, or the object you are trying to describe in your text. So remember also when you were in junior high school, you were taught on how to arrange adjectives in a sentence. So you have remember the color, the shape, the origin, the texture, and the likes. Okay, I cannot remember the column on on the order of adjectives in a sentence, but you were taught already about it. and you need to activate it as you write a descriptive paragraph, because even though you know the words, the adjectives and adverbs that you will be using, and if you will not be putting them well in a paragraph, in a sentence, in your paragraph, then your paragraph will not be sounding that good, or it will not be a good descriptive paragraph. Okay, so again, remember that you must always make use of sensory languages in your descriptive paragraph. There are two types of description. First is objective description, where the writer presents impartial and actual picture of the subject without biases and excluding personal impression of the subject, just like when you give your description of an experiment in class. Second is subjective description, where the writer gives personal impression of what is observed. This is often used in making fiction stories. For instance, when you are asked to write about a place you visit during summer vacation, you tend to give your personal judgment of how you experience the place. Now, for better understanding of the two types of description, remember that one of your lessons in junior high school has something to do with factual information and subjective content. It's kind of the same. For objective description, it's similar to factual information, wherein you just provide the word based on how you see the topic, and how is the topic known to everybody. While in subjective description, it's similar to subjective content, because you can go beyond. You can give your personal impression regarding the topic that you will be writing about, or that you observe. Okay? So for you to understand more the two types of description, look at that image. You have their objective versus subjective language. So you have there, it costs 30,000 euro. Then you have there, it is expensive. So which is under objective and subjective? Five, four, three, two, one. You are correct. That it costs 30,000 euros is the example for objective. For example, someone asks you how much is the price of that bag that you bought? Then if you answer instantly, it's 30,000 euros, then that is objective description. But if you will be answering using subjective language or subjective description, you might say, if someone asks you how much is the price of that bag of yours, then you're just going to say it's expensive. How expensive is that? I want to have it too, but there's no available stock in the market. Well, you might activate your business minded persona, saying that what, it's 60,000 euros, and you can sell it on that price, because you didn't give the objective description, but instead you just said the subjective language. Okay, so in the next slide we will have the paragraph, so that you can really differentiate what is objective description and what is subjective description. Let us continue. What's more, read the paragraphs below. Tell whether the description is subjective or the description is objective. Okay? So, as I promised in the previous slide, we have here the paragraphs that will make you understand what is objective description and subjective description. So, I'll read the paragraphs. Sampaloc Lake is an inactive volcano more on the island of Luzon, the Philippines. It is the largest of the seven lakes of San Pablo Laguna. Nearly half of the lake's depth has a shallow depression at the bottom, indicating its volcanic origin. It is approximately 104 hectares and 3.5-kilometer boardwalk. The lake is behind San Pablo City Capital and at the foot of the Doña Leonela Park. Then I'll read the next paragraph. Sampaloc Lake is one of the best tourist spots in San Pablo. It is where you can bring your friends and loved ones for picnic and bonding. Most of San Pableños jog around the lake and do the ride bicycles not only to have morning good exercise but also have fresh air. You can witness the beauty of nature for it's surrounded with mountains. Now, after listening to the two given paragraphs, which do you think is under objective description and subjective description? Okay, I'll give you 10 seconds to think about it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, you are correct there, having in your mind that the first paragraph I read is the one which is under objective description because you only have there the exact information about Sampaloc Lake, while the second example is the one that falls under subjective description because you have there the the personal impressions of the writer about Sampaloc Lake. Okay, you have there the uh, information about Sampaloc Lake, which is based or which are based on the experience of that writer dealing with Sampaloc Lake. Okay, so let's go on to the next slide. What I have learned. Let's find out what you really have learned from our lesson. So remember, writing a paragraph of narration, you need to make use of what? Of transitional words, of action words, and the details regarding the five essential parts of a plot on writing a descriptive paragraph. Now, aside from you have those ideas on writing a narration paragraph, now it is what? Now, the use of language or sensory languages is what is required. Okay, so choose the best word or group of words that will complete the statements. So you just state your answer aloud after I finish reading each question. So the choices are objective, subjective, description, sensory languages, modifiers. Number one, blank is a writing pattern of developing paragraph using detailed observation about the subject. 3, 2, 1, it's description. Number two, blank are used in writing descriptive paragraphs. 3, 2, 1, okay, you have their sensory languages. Number three, blank can be a form of word, phrase, or clause. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, modifiers. Number four, blank description presents impartial and actual picture of the subjects without biases. The answer is objective. Okay, then last number, blank description gives the personal impression of the writer. And of course, the remaining word there is subjective. So I hope that you have really learned a lot from our lesson. Okay, let's have the next slide. Additional activity. Develop a composition using description as pattern of paragraph development. Make a vivid picture of your dream house which you would like to own in the future. Use at least 10 descriptive words. So you check your Google Classroom, look for the Google Form link for you to accomplish this task. All you have to do is to write a paragraph consisting 10 descriptive words. So it's 10 points. So I'll be counting the number of descriptive words that you have in the paragraph for me to determine what is your score. So that would be all under additional activity. Thank you. Have a good day and God bless us all.